Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waharakah, Kwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers at GMS that have been bringing out this 100% truth. Now, this video right here is, what is it called? I forget what it's called. The name of their channel, TYT. I'm gonna have to learn how to video better, but I want to show you guys something right now that I never see in the classes. So this is AI, first of all. This is an AI video, and this is the new thing that these Edomites are doing to gaslight the truth. They want to. It's like, it's cute to them. It's cute to them to do this stuff. So let's get it.
You can tell this is AI because he is cooperating. Don't make me run from you. Don't make me tase you.
If I'm being honest, when I saw your name, I almost skipped the resume. Thought it was one of those diversity hires. Talks like he's trying to be one of us, dresses like he's trying to scare us. No wonder nobody takes you seriously.
Hey, Spider-Man, you got any spare change?
How about you get a job, unit?
Hey, you got any chicken and watermelon, boy? Hey, you got...
Okay. I'm gonna start off like this. I wanted to actually read it like this. I wanted to get some context, so let's go to we're gonna go to Book of Psalms, chapter 73. So anybody that's following along, let's go to the Book of Psalms or Psalms. It says Psalms on here. I don't know. Psalms. I noticed that it's either or. And we're going to go to chapter 73. And we're just going to actually... I'm just going to start from the top, honestly, because we need to get, I don't want anybody to think that I'm going off. First of all, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is only dealing with Israel. That's why they're doing this. They're only dealing with Israel. And they want to get a rise out of the people. They're doing anything they can to get you motherfuckers to rise up and fight. They want to see us fight so they can really put those chains on you. Don't you see? And I'm going to show you guys another thing too before we go through this, because I got to show you another thing. I got to show you also how there's more to it than just this. They got just other videos out there, I'm telling you, that are not AI, where the farmers want all of the black people to come back to the farms. And they want niggas to work the farms. The same people that invented everything. They want them to go back and serve their master again. So, with that being said, I want to get this because first and foremost, we got to understand that if I had ever brought out a video like this about Amalek, the so-called Jews, and if I ever brought a video out like this about any other nation, not only would they take down my channel, they'd probably try to put me in jail. So let's read it, just to make sure you guys know who Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is dealing with. This is, like I said, Psalm 73, starting from the top. And it reads, a psalm of Asaph, Truly, Yahweh is good to Yashar Allah. And for you people that don't know what I'm saying, Israel. Israel's a made-up name too. It's Yashar Allah. Yah, He, Shar, Prince, Allah. Godlike power. He's a prince of the godlike power because the Most High gave us this power. Now, even to such as are of a clean heart. Indeed, the word even is an old English word that means indeed. So indeed to such are of a clean mind. They're not corrupted by this fucked up world we live in. Verse 2. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. And don't tell me ain't nobody else did. For I was envious of the foolish. Why? Because I got everything. And we're working our asses off. And we keep watching them go ahead. Further, further, and further. When is he coming to come and save us? So that's what it means by, for I was envious of the foolish. Because we are like, please, 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 come get us. Come get us. And we're all screaming at the same time. So you can see that he's about to look. He's looking at us again. So let me read it again. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. I was slipping. I was out there slipping because I was envious of what? Of at the foolish. Because why? They have prosperity. Let's get it. So verse 3, when I was envious at the foolish, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. The foolish and the wicked are synonymous. Foolish means stupid. The wicked are stupid. These stupid people are the ones that are prosperous. So as Israelites, and I want you guys to see that. It is a Young Turks video. So just know that that's who gets the credit for this. It's Indisputable by Ralph Ritchie. Indisputable by Ralph Ritchie. But back to it. So we're slipping. We are slipping as Israelites when we see the prosperity of the of our enemy. Because these guys, they'll make money off this video. Did you not know that? I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. If I bring out this video, like I said 5 times already, if I brought out this video about any other nation, they would want to take me off. They would kick me off YouTube. And then they would want to put me in jail if I did it to an Amalek, the so-called Jews. Like I said, they would literally want to press charges and say that I was that's anti-Semitic. So just remember that. Let's keep going. Verse 4. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. This is why they gaslight like this, because they don't get in trouble like other men. Like I said, if I brought out this video, they would take that shit right down. Let's keep going. For the pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. So these people that do this kind of stuff, which are your enemies, which are your oppressors, which are the Edomites, I'm just letting you know, they're doing these things because they think it's cute, because they have that power over you. But this is a violent tongue right here. When you show stuff like this and you speak these words, they're trying to produce violence. They want the Israelites to uprise against the man. And what they want to do is they want to put the chains on you. Why do you think they have why do you think they have all these farmers saying we want the Negroes to go back to the farms? So, but what they're trying to do, like I said, they have a violent tongue. So let's get that real quick. So I just wanted to get this because, like I said, they have a violent tongue. And when you speak certain things, the people, I was pissed. I want to go out and slap the shit out of somebody for this. But let me get it. 2 Corinthians 10:4. Even though I would love to go out and do something, that's what they want. So if you do, they win. So what's 2 Corinthians 10:4 say? For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. In fact, let me get it in the King James Version. That is the Berean Standard Bible, I think. So let's get it in the King James. Let's, you know what? Let's get a New Living Translation. No, we'll go to the King James. I like the King James the best because it hits home every time it goes back to the Hebrew. So let's just do it. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh, the pulling down of strongholds. So what does that mean? When you read it in the King James, what that means to us and to anybody that understands the Bible, it says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. In other words, they are not fleshly. They are not physical, but through Yahweh. In other words, through faith and power in the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and I can prove it too. Let's go to the pulling down of strongholds. So I can prove the pulling down of strongholds is not through us, but through our Father. So what you have to do is, once again, where do we got to go? Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2. And what does it say in Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2? It says that in verse 2, set thy heart aright, constantly endure, make not haste in time of trouble, cause, you know what, let me just start from the top. Every time I have to read this, but there's a point here. So let's go back to it. My son, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, constantly endure, make not haste in time of trouble, cleave unto him, depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, be patient when thou art changed to a low state, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Super easy stuff. So they're going to come after us. This is a direct spiritual tactic, like an attack, as you could say. This is a direct spiritual attack. I'm so mad. I don't have any notes. I don't have anything. I saw this video. I kicked my son out of the room. And I said, no, got to do a class right now. There's no way. Because what does it say? Let's go back over to Isaiah. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Because I want to make sure that everybody knows. You know what? Yeah. Let's go to Isaiah. And we're going to go to chapter 14. Everybody knows why we have to go to chapter 14. Because these people are literally thinking that we're going to go back into slavery. You know what I'm saying? They think we're going to go back into slavery.
But that's why Master loves me. I put in the work. Do you want a whip or are you going to double it for the next monkey? Bitch, you're going to hit me either way. You're right.
What do you do in your free time?
Not sure what you mean by free, but I like speedrunning cotton rows for personal bests.
Where did you get that tattoo?
Harsh said that.
Marking came with my chains. Didn't choose the design.
When are you taking a break?
Still waiting on HR to approve my vacation since 1802.
So do you want to get whipped once or double it and pass it on to the next poor soul?
Bitch, you're gonna whip me regardless of what I say.
That's true.
Okay. Like I said, they think that they're going to put us back into slavery. Let me prove it. Let me prove it. Watch this. Hold on, I'm going to find it real quick. I don't want you guys to watch me scroll. I'm going to show you guys. All right, guys, I want you to look at the headline. White farmers confused why blacks aren't seeking to go back to the farms. White and black Americans. So watch this.
So now that I have fallen down this rabbit hole, I just jumped on to Twitter's. And I got an alt Twitter where I pretend to be a MAGA guy. And I saw a live. And I am not kidding you. This dude, all these dudes, these farmer dudes in there, these farm owner dudes, are saying, well, we thought the blacks would come back and do the jobs because they don't have jobs. Well,
Hey, people, great to hear once again.
Just saying, guys. You saw it with your own eyes. Would you like to see a little more? Don't bundle together. There's I can't find the videos, but there's more than one. Look at that one.
Question for the rest of America.
It says Nebraska finally getting the hate they wish on blacks. So you guys gotta understand, these guys literally think we're going back into they think we're going back to the plantation because that's what we want. That's what we want. We want to be back on the plantation. So hold on. I'm sorry, Slovakia. All right, Slovakia. All right. So what I want to show you guys now that I've showed you that they really think we're going back on the farms to be slaves under the slave master. And these motherfuckers, I've been watching videos where they want to, oh, what's wrong with $11 an hour, 7 days a week for 8 hours a day? No overtime. I'm just saying, where I live, the minimum wage out here is $15 an hour. And there's cotton fields everywhere. Cotton fields everywhere. This was the last place. In Arizona, it was the last place to remove the slaves. What do you think Juneteenth is all about? It's about Texas and Arizona never actually freeing the slaves. They had to get 2 more crops. So now that these motherfuckers think that we're going to go back to slavery, let's go ahead and see what Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai has to say about it. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. Let's see what it says. Let's read it. In fact, what we're going to do is start from the top. And before I even read that, I want to read, no, I don't. Let's just get this. Let's stay on track. So, Isaiah 14, starting from the top. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Yashar Allah, Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the strangers are, Yahweh tells you, my inheritance is like unto me as a speckled bird. So the speckled bird that doesn't know they're Israel, that doesn't look like Israel, like myself and my wife, I don't look like Wesley Snipes, and she definitely don't look like Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, but our heritage goes back to Israel. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. But anyway, so, starting from the top. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. I thought you were making little jokey jokes, little AI video about us going back into slavery. Fuck you. Fuck you. Servants and handmaids, motherfucker. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. You are the oppressor. Job 9 and 24. For the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? Where, if it's not these motherfuckers, I don't know who it is. It couldn't be anybody else, though. When you go into the other lands, and I said this a long time ago, these motherfuckers have infiltrated every land. They've chased us around the earth for our whole existence, trying to take back that inheritance. But I'm not going to get into that. We all know that Esau lives by the sword. We all know. If you don't, study. Read the book of Genesis. That's all you got to do. So, I want to keep reading though on Isaiah 14 because they literally think this is going to happen to us. Let me show you what's going to happen to us, Israel. Okay? Let me show you what's going to happen to the 1/3. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrows and thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. What are we looking at? What are we looking at, people? Hold on. And to them, it's all a joke.
What do you do in your free time?
What do you do in your free time? Come on, guys. This is all a joke. In thy hard bondage which thou was made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Ooh, where are we at, people? Where are we at, man? Come on. Fuck. Where are we at? Stop playing. Trump doesn't even ask the Congress. Trump doesn't do nothing if it says executive order for every fucked up thing that I want done. And these are all executive orders that he did not write. He's just signing away. He looked like Fred Flintstone in that one movie, the Verse Flintstones movie, where they made Fred the CEO of the Rock Corps. He was just signing away. He never read one fucking thing. He just said, this is that is this is what I'm going to do. But this is all orchestrated for you guys. This is all orchestrated for you guys. But you guys are so stupid. You don't see what's going on. You don't see the prophecies playing out. These guys they're so proud of themselves. They really think that we're going to just go back into the fucking slave fucking camps. Wow. Hey, the Mexicans are gone. We need you back. Sorry. Quit your job and stop inventing every fucking thing you have, including that little ass microphone, those suspenders you're wearing, probably the fucking rubber band in your hair, you Edomite garbage bag. Let's keep going, though. Let's keep going. Going back to the scriptures. I'm sorry, Salakia. Our sorrow is going to be taken away. And yes, we served hard bondage. And we had to serve that bondage. Let me show you that too. Let me get that up too. Since I have both of my things right in front of me, let me do that too. Ooh, we're going doubles. This is what I love the most. The most high. There's no notes for this class. I'm just showing you guys what's going on. There's no notes. There's no reason for notes for this stuff. This is simple stuff. So Deuteronomy chapter 28 KJV. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go to verse 15. So, like I said, we served hard bondage wherein thou was forced to serve. Why were we forced to serve hard bondage? But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice, Deuteronomy 28:15. Let's read. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee. You don't. Hold on. Are they in the field right now? Hold on. Let me read verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. But the point is we were made to serve hard bondage, and you see him in the field. That is the very next verse. That wasn't like something that I just jumped to. In context. Cursed shall thou be in the field. So we didn't follow the laws. That's why when you read Isaiah 14:3, wherein thou was made to serve that hard bondage, is because we didn't follow the instructions. But the Most High is going to remove that anger. He's only looking away for a short time. And then he's going to begin to look at the children of Israel again. That's what's happening now. And that goes into when Yahushua is going to return. What's going to be the end? So when Yahushua is going to return, he's going to return at the end to what? To redeem Israel, to save us. But let's keep reading. So now we're going down to verse 4. Verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Trump is the king of Babylon right now. And say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. So, what does Trump love the most? I pray that this happens during his presidency. The golden city, people. The golden city. Keep reading. Verse 5. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. So if you guys think you're going to rule over us, if you guys think because Trump's in office, we're going back into the fields, you're rudely mistaken. Just remember, there's 10 to 1. There's got to be at least 10 black people for every white person in this country. You guys just lie about how many of us there are. Maybe 5 to 1. I know that there's a lot more of us than there are of you. And that doesn't even mean anything because I already showed you the weapons of our warfare are spiritual, not carnal. So who's going to save us? Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. We have nothing to worry about. In fact, it even tells you that let me get it. Let me keep reading over here though. I want to keep reading on Isaiah 14 because these guys really think we're going back into slavery. And I showed you in the first verse. The point was made in the first verse, first and second verse. You guys are going to be slaves to us. We are going to take them captives whose captives they were. But let's go ahead and just for the sake of argument, let's keep reading. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He's taken away your rulership. He who hath smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. Yeah, you guys have never lifted. And then you think we're going to go back into slavery? Fuck you. He that ruled the nations in anger and persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. So when we take your motherfucking ass out, everything's going to be happy. The fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou hast laid down, no fellow has come up against us. And that's literally representing the other nations. And I can show you where Yahushua said, he says, can you see? And he says, I see men walking as trees. Please fucking challenge me. I want all the smoke. You guys don't know nothing. Let's keep going. Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at the coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Indeed, all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Boom, out. Get out. You're out of your seats. You've been dethroned. Let's keep reading. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, thy noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worm cover thee. And that worm represents you never coming out of, when you go down, you're never coming back up. That worm is the oppression. For when it deals with us, Jacob has that undying worm. That's the oppression that we've been through. Like I said, you guys would never lift a fucking rod off of our backs. So we gotta understand what that's talking about. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. So let's go to verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Which didn't you weaken these nations? How are you losing your power now? How are you losing your power? I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit. Ha ha ha. He said, I will be like the Most High. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? This is what I've been looking for right there. That did shake kingdoms. Are you the man? You think that you're going to take us out again? Bro, do you not? You put us in prisons, and you know what we did in the prisons? We worked out. You put us in these positions in life, and all the people that didn't go to the prisons.
Knew how to train your dragon when he was never PK.
Slovakia. They always do that. Anyway, let's just get back into it. You think that you're going to be like the Most High. I can show you where you think that you're sitting in the seat of the Most High right now. That's what all Edomites are sitting in the seat of the Most High, and they think that they're the gods. They're just all little demigods, and then their main god is Trump. So what is that? Where is that? Where is that? He sits in the seat of God, calling himself God, thinking that he is God. Where is it? That's it. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Let's get it. And these guys, they all Edomites, not just one Edomite. All Edomites. And you know, I can't even read 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4 because I gotta start at I gotta start at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and let's look at it. If anybody's following along, I want to show you this. We're going to start 2 Thessalonians 2 and 2. Starting at 2. And it reads, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as for us, as that the day of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is at hand. So, look, what did it tell you? Word, letter, spirit. Do you see what they're doing here? They're putting words, letters, and they use the spirits to bring forth their message. He said, don't worry about this. Don't be shook. Don't let this shit get you all pissed. I already showed you the weapons of our warfare are spiritual, not carnal. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna take care of all this. But we still gotta bring out the classes and the awareness for the people when they do see this and get mad. They gotta have an outlet. They gotta have a place to go. They gotta know that there's scriptures to protect us. So let me keep reading. Verse 3. We're still in 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So we're revealing him right now. When it comes down to, he's been revealed. Now you guys are just starting to actually understand that we've been telling the truth the whole time. That's why these Christians are going crazy. That's why these AI videos are going crazy. That's why everything's going crazy, because we are bringing out this truth. We are prophesying these end times, and we're bringing it in, because that's the spirit that Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai put on us. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself that above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worship, so that he is Yahweh, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. Like I said, these scriptures do not lie. So when these people right now, they think they're the gods over us, so they can do this stuff. And if you do something like this and do this against Amalek, the Jewish people, they'll put you in jail after they take your video down. They'll want to call you an anti-Semitic. So just remember that for all of you, for all you people that think that this is cute. We are not allowed to do this, and there's rules against us for doing this kind of stuff. And I was showing you guys that, but did you guys understand it? And with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, now AI is also making software to create racist videos. Shalom.